Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 3 of our Frostpunk playthrough. If you guys are new to the series, definitely check out the previous 2 videos in this series, as well as some of my Transport Fever 2 gameplay. And if you're a returning viewer, as always, like and comment, let me know how I'm doing, and subscribe for more videos. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into episode 3 here. So, first of all, before we get started, I do apologize for neglecting this series. One thing led to another, and I just found myself with very limited time to actually make content. And this series just kind of fell to the side, and if you were enjoying it, I do apologize for that. So, but now that we're back, I'm definitely excited to be back. So let's just kind of recap what we got going on here. We got the Londoners. So we got a group of people who want to leave our city, our glorious city, and head off to London. Currently their tendency is moderate, so a handful of people may join. We have our automaton over here working on this coal mine. We have a little bit of coal left over here that we're gathering. And then we got a few, workers here and there. 10 workers, 12 engineers. And let's see what we got. We've got our scouts on their way back with 4 steam cores. That's huge. Wood and food and coal. So once they get back, we will get this going. Okay. So let's let this play. Let's check on our temperatures, because we're about to have a temperature drop here in a minute. It's not going to last too long, only about 2 days, but it's definitely going to be something that we need to consider. So we are currently researching more scouts to allow us to get another set of scouts. And as well, we also chose the Path of the Faith. So we have our House of Prayer in here, which is good. So now, if we look at our buildings in here, you can see that we got some cold houses. So we definitely want to start considering upgrading things to bunkhouses. I just don't think we quite have the resources for it right now, necessarily. So, we'll have to take a look and see how we can do. Alright, so we got the generator range upgrade. That's huge. I'm thinking we probably want to get a wall drill to allow us to get some more wood. Let's see what else. Generator power upgrade will be useful in the future, but I think a wall drill, probably for right now, is the way to go. And as well, in tech, I would love to get more tech going. So let's get another engineer workshop. I think that'll definitely help us plow through some of this technology a little bit faster. And then additionally, I think another hunter's hut would probably be a good idea. Although I do need a little bit more wood to be able to make that road. Alright, so we got the wall drill. Let's see what we want to research next. I would love to come down here to drafting machines. We do need 75 wood for that. Let's see, what does this need? This needs 20 and 10. This only needs 10. Both of those are good things that we're going to need. But let's prioritize actually getting one of those wall drills in. We should have the ability once we get these steam cores. Alright, so let's send our scouts out now. We made it down here to Winterhome, so we could continue to explore down here. So why don't we do that? We'll send those guys out. And let's max out our engineers in there. That's going to need a heater. Let's see, these are just working. I kind of want these guys to work extra. I know that that's going to cause discontent to rise, but we can offset it with some prayers at some point. The gathering of that coal is done, so we can get rid of that, which will be good. And now that we have a pretty good amount of wood, let's see. So these are going to use one steam core. So let's get a single one of those for now. We'll get a single one of those, and then let's get another coal mine going. I think that that's going to be really useful. As well as a depot for a bit more coal. The rebirth of faith. Sir, people have started to visit the House of Prayer. There aren't many of them yet, but it might be the start of something special. It seems they really needed a proper place of worship. Very good. That Londoner's tendency is still moderate, and we need to build a second House of Prayer. So if we come in here to Faith, if we build it in here, that gets us good coverage. So let's get that in there. Let's max out the workers in that hunting post, so that we can get a little bit more hunt going. All right, let's come into Faith and let's see what we can get. We can get shrines, which increase productivity. We can also do evening prayers. Each use raises hope and has a small chance of convincing a Londoner to stay. So let's go with evening prayers, because that Londoner's piece is still pretty significant. So let's go with evening prayers, just to help that out a little bit. Alright, so we got this depot up here. We'll set that for coal, just to give us a little bit more buffer space for the coal. And if we come in here now, we really need to get the drafting machines going. Let me see. Have we gotten the ability to produce steel yet? We haven't. We definitely need that, because we are out of steel. There's no more steel that we can gather in here. So we really need to get that going. And now I'm going to get rid of the sawmill, and I'm going to put all those people in the wall drill, just because it's a much better piece of equipment. So we got steelworks. Let's see, is there anything else in this tier that we want? Probably go with Steam Hub for now, and get a steelworks going. Just connect that up. Alright, so we'll speed this up. We're definitely going to need to max this out. We'll go to longer hours. I know it's not ideal, but it's what we're going to have to do. And let's see. Do we have engineers? No, engineers aren't working anywhere they shouldn't. We're pretty good with food right now, so I'm going to take 5 off of there so that I can max out that coal production. I think that'll work. And I would love to get another scout team. So steam hubs has been researched. We really need to get a bit more steel. But for now, yeah, we can't even research that. So steel is definitely the priority. And let me take, I'm just going to take 5 more off of there so that we can get another set of scouts. And these scouts, I'm going to send to the coal mine, so that we can hopefully get an outpost set up to deliver a little bit of coal in here. Our food is getting a little bit overloaded, so we're going to need a depot. Man, we really need some workers going on here, so what do we got? We have a lot of engineers. Maybe if I take all of these out of there, just put them into there so we can get a little bit of steel going. Temperatures are pretty bad. Alright, United by Faith. Sir, we're holding an evening of prayer this afternoon. Plenty of people are here, they're praying, but also talking and laughing. I haven't seen anything this heartening in our city in a long time. It's really brought the community together. So we're doing good with the houses of prayer. We'll do a sermon to raise some hope. And we'll go ahead and speed this up a little bit overnight. And we're going to have a temperature rise coming up here, which is going to be good. So let's just get through this night, and then we'll figure out what we want to do. I really want to start upgrading some of these bunkhouses. I think that would be really, really important. For the first time, the Londoners have failed to persuade anyone to abandon our city and flee to London. People are recovering from their shock at the news of Winterhome and starting to hope for the future. Very good. Alright, so you can see that tendency is now non-existent. It's just stationary. Let's get this going. Let's see how our temperatures are doing. They're doing pretty good. These are still a little bit cold. Interestingly, the steelworks is livable. The wall drill is chilly. Alright, so we're starting to get a little bit of steel. So how many do we need? We need 25 to go on to the next level there. And we reached the large convoy. We got survivors. 18 engineers and 26 workers. That's pretty good. The workers who were riding in this convoy told us they were heading from the city of Winterhome. We were supposed to follow the signal from the beacon, but we couldn't pick it up anymore. They say we tried to follow a search pattern to find it, but we ran out of fuel. We will escort them to the city so that they get here a little bit faster, and we can go ahead and get them to work. So we'll just power through here. We'll get up to... So I really need a resource depot, but I think the priority is getting that research going. So we got 25, so we'll get drafting machines, and then we can also pass a new law. So why don't we come in here, we can get the temple, we can get the faith keepers. Faith keepers are essentially like a religious police force. Our most devoted believers will ensure that the righteous are able to work and pray in peace and security. Or we can get the temple, which helps with our Londoners issue. We will build a magnificent testament to the devotion of our people. It will kindle hope in the hearts of the faithful and sway the doubtful. Let's go with the temple. Let's see how much it's going to cost. 40 wood, 40 steel. Alright. Londoners prey on discontent. Few are persuaded. A member of the Londoners is talking to a crowd. He's trying to scare as many people as possible into joining the exodus to London. But his visions of doom ring false in the ears of people who are content with the situation in our city. We can either let him speak and the Londoners will rise by 6, or we can send a cleric to reassure the people and it will rise by 3. So we'll send a cleric. We can't disperse the crowd because we don't have faith keepers. So let's go reassure the people. And let's see, so we've got 26 plus 18, 44 people coming in. So if we come in here to our statistics, we only have 3 vacant beds, so we're going to need to build 5 more houses. So if we build them up here, like that, that would mean that we would need to get a steam hub set up in there. Before these people arrive. We're not quite going to make it, so they're going to be a little cold. But that steam hub will allow us to heat those houses. So, Captain, someone is to face the walls with predictions of doom of our city. This is troubling. People always fear will share Winterhome's fate. Scared minds are swayed by even the smallest nudges. We will send a cleric to reassure the people. Let's see the temperatures out here. Yeah, these are chilly, so it's not terrible. We have a little bit before the temperature drop again, but there is a low risk of falling ill. So we are definitely going to need to prove that. Alright, so we got the scouts back. And now these scouts are going to the coal mine, so I might have them continue exploring this way. So why don't we take these scouts and we'll go over to this gloomy cave. Let's see, we got 8 children that aren't in a shelter. So we definitely want to remedy that. Let's max out that production. Let's just take a look at where we need people. So we could get more hunters. We have 21 workers and 25 engineers. So I think probably another engineer workshop would be good. Another child shelter would be good. We can add that in right there. And then as far as resources, we could get another wall drill, we could get another steelworks. I think, now that we maxed out that steel production, I think we'll be okay. So why don't we try and get a bit of a food surplus going on. We can get a couple of... get a couple more hunters' huts in there so that we can eventually produce a bit more steel. Or, sorry, a bit more food. So we'll just throw our extra workers in there and just kind of move them around as we get enough. So let's get this steam hub in here. It'll fit in right there. Alright, cold homes. Let's heat some homes. You'll have to start heating 2 of the cold homes within 2 days and keep them heated for 2 days. I don't know if I can manage this. Because we have a temperature drop coming up here. Let's go for it. I'm going to say that I can heat all of the homes. And we'll research this power upgrade once we have the steel for it. Let's see if I can get enough steel. Yep, there we go. So we'll get the power upgrade going. So we need to get these homes heated. And once that steam hub is built, we should be able to. Alright, so now we need to keep them warm for a day and essentially 2 days. Alright. So our scouts reached the coal mine. This coal mine was in operation until very recently. The machinery isn't running now, but there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with it. Perhaps the mine simply extracted its quota or filled the loading bay. We could retrieve plenty of raw materials if we took the machinery apart. I'm only going to take the coal so that we can eventually come back here and set up another outpost. And these guys will carry on to the snow cliff. Is that right? Snow cliff, yeah. And then our other scouts reached the gloomy cave, beset by beasts. We can hear terrified shrieks coming from a cave uphill. When we come closer, several polar bears turn toward us, blocking the entrance. There are people trapped inside, and those beasts are picking them off one by one and feasting on them. We can leave the bears alone and leave the people to their fate, or we can risk attacking them. The engineers and the workers would be pretty useful. So let's see. We had to help the survivors. When our scouts attacked the bears, the people in the cave joined them, and together they drove the beasts away. Then they all set out towards our city. Okay, so they're automatically bringing them back. Alright. Well, that'll give us a few more people. So what is that? 19 and 11 is 30, so 34. We have 9 vacant beds. So I will need to build a few more. Let's build 3. That should do it. And we'll build them in that heated zone up there. Another act of vandalism. We will send a cleric to reassure the people. Alright, let's do some evening prayers and a sermon. Cleric was beaten. Captain and priest was assaulted while trying to reassure people. Disturbed by the Londoners' slogans, we should do something to protect our people. We need the Faith Keepers. I agree. We definitely need the Faith Keepers to secure the streets. Alright. So if we need the Faith Keepers, we'll come up here and we will sign the law. Faith Keepers. Sign it. And now we're going to have to build a Faith Keepers. We also need to build the temple. Alright, so we can go to the crash site or the American camp. Let's go to the crash site. And I think we're going to start... we got to prioritize getting the temple and the Faith Keepers. These both need 40 wood and 40 steel. So why don't we consider getting another steelworks? Will probably be beneficial. Get some more people to work, and then if we come in here, we can do improved heaters. Let's see what we can do for... The outpost would be good. The lighter scout sleds would be good. I could go down the factory route and try and improve my automatons. Prosthetics. What about resources? Coal mining optimization. That would probably be pretty good. The infirmary would be very good. Let's do coal mining optimization, just for now, so we can get a little bit more coal coming in. Long hours of toil. Our people are worn out. Some of them have been working on extended shifts for days on end. I can't address this right now, unfortunately. And let's get 10 engineers in there to get us a little bit more steel so that I can hopefully build this temple.
Gather your tools. The shift is ending.
Alright, a restless group. A crowd is listening to one of the Londoners who's scaring people with visions of doom. He's trying to persuade them to flee to London. The discontented seem to take his words to heart, but others remain unconvinced. We still can't disperse the crowd, so we will send a cleric to reassure people. And man, that Londoners number is getting pretty high. So let's come in here, let's switch back to the good food. And I really need some steel. We need to build the temple. Let's see, we need to keep warm for another 18 hours. Candles for the wicked. Sir, people are no longer troubled by the Londoners' slogans. Group prayers have strengthened our community. Small candles keep appearing under the slogans. People leave them when they pray for the souls of the Londoners. Alright. So we're going to need to boost this into overdrive. I think that's really going to be our only option here. And I just want to do it right before the temperature drops. Let's see now. This should maintain the temperature. The question is, can I run overdrive long enough? I don't know. Okay, so Snowcliff. Refugee from Winterhome. The man we've seen from afar was nowhere to be found. Searching his burrow, we found a diary of scientists who fled Winterhome. After the starving city fell into chaos, its leader, an army captain, appointed himself as absolute ruler. He tried to impose order using force. Plenty of people, disgruntled, deserted the city, and most of the others rebelled against him. So we'll take the resources, we get some food, we do have a steam core, very good. And, let's continue on to Freshwater Springs. These guys also reached the crash site. There were plenty of priceless supplies in the wrecks of our expedition. Searching among the crates scattered in the snow behind the wrecks, we found the bodies. They're tangled together in a single frozen mass, as if these people were trying to find at least a bit of warmth just before they died. We can do nothing for them, not even bury them. So we'll take the resources and we will move on to the American camp. Alright. So, I don't know if we can maintain that heating level. That won't help. Generator efficiency won't help. So we're just going to have to hope that we can maintain that heating level for now. Let's get an outpost. And then let's also go ahead and build the temple. I'll build it right down here. So this just needs to last for 9 more hours. I don't know if it will. The temple is built, which is good. We will do ceremonial services. Let's see, this needs to last for 5 more hours. Let's go with lighter scout sleds. It only takes wood, which is good. We can get the Faith Keepers. So let's add that in there. We have a ton of engineers available. So I'll probably use engineers for the Faith Keepers.
Time to rest, folks.
Let's see, we just need to last another 2 hours with the heated homes. I think we'll definitely make it. Promise fulfilled. Good. And now we can turn off the overdrive. And temperatures will return to normal. I don't even know if I needed it, but I just wanted to be sure. Degenerated but alive at the Freshwater Springs. Near Freshwater Springs, we met some refugees from Winterhome. They were a sorry sight and seemed to be completely unmoved by the fate of their city. Asked what kept them from starving, they look away, then mumble something about eating lichens. My guess is that they probably ate each other. We can escort them to the city. It's a lot of workers. We can send them or we can leave them to their fate. I'm going to send them because I want to keep exploring out here. And we'll send them up to the Frozen Grove. We'll get the Faith Keepers. So now we have a group of Londoners will abandon the cause. Alright, we can see the Faith Keepers. I don't know how I feel about religious police, but it's a dystopian game, I guess. Alright, let's go into purpose and let's see what else we can get. We can get the shrines. We could go religious denunciation. It is the duty of the faithful to denounce wickedness. It is a sign of true compassion to bring the wicked to light. Groups of people will occasionally abandon the Londoners. So let's sign that.
Hear me, hear me. New law in the city.
And we'll do a nighttime procession of the Faith Keepers. Alright, let's see what we got. Food theft. Someone has stolen 28 rations from the stockpiles. People are saying it was the Londoners gathering supplies for their journey. It seems this ridiculous idea of leaving for London is gaining traction. Send the Faith Keepers to catch them. and they failed to catch them. Alright. So let's get an outpost. We'll get that built. First Londoners are convinced to stay. Awesome. So now we're down to 17. That's really good. I think part of it is that we're using good food, so that's helping with the discontent as we burn through the bad food.
May the Lord save all workers from harm.
Tip from a believer. Captain, a woman has revealed that she knows where some of the Londoners gather. We'll act on the information. Perfect. Just dropped another group, which is good. We can research something else. So in resources, we could improve our steelworks. It's not a bad idea. We could also get the infirmary. The infirmary is not a bad idea. Heating. We can go with efficiency for now, and then maybe the infirmary after that. Alright, so we just reached some locations here. So the Frozen Grove. Poking around the trees marked with crosses, we found shallow graves under each of them. The dead bodies lack most of the bigger muscles, and some of the bones bear signs of a cutting tool. The corpses have been obviously stripped of edible parts. Now we know what kept the survivors by the freshwater springs from starving. We'll leave the graves intact, but we can cut the trees for wood. Alright, and there's really nowhere to go beyond here, so let's go to the Shrouded Cave and then probably head back. Now, these scouts made it to the American camp. The American camp was well supplied with everything except food. Searching the tents, we found more victims of hunger. Most of them have badly worn but sophisticated artificial limbs bearing a company symbol, Tesla Manufacturing. We could only bury them and take their equipment. So we got a steam core and some steel. And we will move on to the temporary settlement. Okay, so now that we have this expedition, let's see, we need 10 workers to be able to get this expedition underway. So where do we want to pull 10 workers? Generator efficiency, it's good. So let's get 2 from there, and then... Is that 8? Did I just get 10? Yep, 10. Okay, so we'll get an outpost team, and we will send them down to the coal mine. Okay, let's take a look at this. Change of heart. Sir, a man was found crying silently in the temple. We approached him to ask if he needed help. He told us he wanted to see you. I thought my faith had died long ago with my wife and daughters in London. I couldn't see any purpose in our new life in a fight for survival, but today when I entered the temple I saw a future for us. Now I'm ready to face it. So we're slowly bringing down that Londoners' discontent. So let's come in here now. Let's get the infirmary. It's always good to have. Probably get one built so that we can start to replace some of these with...
Today's labor is done.
So that we can start to replace some of these medical posts with more housing. And while we're at it, let's upgrade some of these houses with bunkhouses, just to maintain a little bit better temperature. Alright, so these guys got to the temporary settlement. The center of the settlement is marked with an upright boulder. On its roughly planed face, someone chiseled the following: May God forgive the genius who sacrificed human lives in the name of progress, for we can't, exiles of Tesla City. We won't touch the monument, but we decide to dismantle the huts for wood. So we get 218 wood and a steam core. So we can go to Fishing Village or Walled Colony. Let's go up to the Walled Colony. Now let's go ahead and speed this up so that we can get those bunkhouses built. And then once the infirmary is researched, we can build a couple infirmaries and move those, get rid of those medical posts. Captain, the Londoners are stealing again. They've taken 23 food rations from the stockpiles. We'll ask the Faith Keepers to look into it. Let's see if they catch them this time. They succeeded. Caught red-handed. Our Faith Keepers did well. They got the goods back, but more importantly, they caught one of the thieves. Now we can put an end to this stealing. They're asking what we should do with the thief. Let him go, but next time he'll have to repent, banish him, or our people will decide his fate. We'll let him go, but next time he will have to repent. So we're going to have to sign the public penance law. And with that, I think that's going to bring us to the end of this episode. So I hope you guys are enjoying the Frostpunk playthrough. We just got our... let's just get this set up before we leave for the day. So we got a coal outpost set up, so they'll deliver some coal to us every day, which will be really good, because we're starting to run pretty low on coal. But anyway, I hope you're really enjoying this series. I love playing different games and commentating different games. If you guys are enjoying it, definitely let me know. If there are other games you want me to try out, let me know that as well. And until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. So I'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.